there are multiple scenarios in which it's really important for us to know what database the system is using. This is especially true nowadays because the S/4HANA releases, the only database that we can use with those is the HANA database. But also, what's important for us to know is that not because we're using the HANA database, that means that we are using an S/4HANA release. So how can we check these things? How can we know for sure what are we like using in our current client? For this, we'll show in this lesson the steps. Let's start the SAP logon for this, of course. And we will just double click the only line we have available. And of course, we need to enter our credentials. And the password. Of course, the logon language, the client is already defaulted. So let's just continue as well with the copyright. Now, this is information that is pretty much available to anyone who connects to the system, and this is just a very simple process because it actually doesn't really matter in which screen you are. You could be in this screen or just in a transaction. It could be pretty much anything, because in every window that we have of the SAP Logon program, we have two menus: the system menu and the help menu. So let's go with the system menu. And we have multiple options here. We can create a new graphical user interface window. We can close the current one. We can check our own spool requests, everything that we have printed, our own jobs. But the one that we care right now, it's the second to last one, the status. So let's click on that one. And at first, the system will just show all the data, for example, what user we have used to connect, the client, our previous logon, the current time, system time, the current logon. So, data about the system, but the field that we want you to pay attention right now is at the bottom left, because it's in the database data section, and of course we're referring to the first field, the one that is saying database system, because as you can see we have acronym HDB, and that just means that we are using a HANA database as the database that powers this system, this SAP system. Now, as we have been saying, this is mandatory. The database, HANA database, is mandatory for S/4HANA releases, but it could happen that because HANA was created and was released some years prior to the S/4HANA releases, so it could be the situation that we are running an previous release, such as ECC 6.0 or 5.0, not the S/4HANA release. So how can we really be sure what what release we are working with? That is something we have in the SAP system data section, actually in the product version field. Right away, just in the field we don't have anything, it's just saying see details. But if we click details, we'll get to that data. So of course we have so many components here, but the one we're looking for is the S4 core, because actually we want to show that in this server that we're using, we use the on-premise release. Remember, we have cloud releases and on-premise release. Right now for us, we're using an on-premise release. As you can see, the component is the S4 core on-premise OP. The release is 1.04, and the support package level is for this one it's 0000. So with this now we can really know for sure that we are working with an S/4HANA release, and actually everything that we have been showing and we will show in the lessons in this training, it's with this server. So now we know, and we know for sure the release. With this we can close just the install software pop-up and the system status. And of course with this we are just finishing the lesson, but just want to remind you that you can write to our email 123learnsap@gmail.com. We will immediately answer your queries there. Thank you so much.